Hey, there we are. Uh, so I'm gonna have to figure out why that's coming up as first in the actual rewards, because everywhere I just looked, it says early crew. The intention, when I first made it, it was first, and then I was like, well, maybe I can make it a early crew thing, so it's good for the first 5 people, but not if it's still called first. So, yeah, congrats on getting that on the first day. I thought it would take longer for somebody to find it, but here we are. Oh, and you probably are not hearing the game audio. Uh, name that. You should now hear the game audio, but I don't know if it's too loud. I'm trying something new to isolate the game audio from my desktop audio, and I don't know for sure how well it works. So I think today we're gonna start with a little bit of Rider Shores, and then I'd mentioned that I would potentially show some of the stuff I set up in Streamerbot for anybody that may be interested. Hey Pixie, welcome in. You're saying I'm quiet, so let me... raise that up. Yeah, it could be the music that's too loud. I just raised up the mic. I don't know if that's better. I can also turn down the music a little bit. I don't want it to go away completely, but let's see if that's any better. Hey, that's excellent. I'm definitely nowhere near that yet, but my hope was to get there at some point. But good job. Yeah, I think so. I haven't looked at it. I don't want to look at it and then feel overwhelmed. So I'm gonna focus on finishing the dishcloth that I started, then maybe making another one, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But my concern is that my tension is too tight, so like the next section of the pattern is... I'm gonna forget some steps because I only looked at it once, but the part that concerns me, I guess, is the knit together 2. And I think my stitches are gonna be too tight to get into 2 at a time. So if that's the case, then I don't know what I'll do, but I'll figure something out. And yeah, then I know there's a bunch of other different stitches I may have to learn, so we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah, let's leave that there. Okay, so we're gonna play a little bit of Brighter Shores. I'm still trying to get all of the Christmas hats, and I think what I'll do is I'll play this for about an hour, and then if there's interest, I will pop over into Streamerbot and kind of show you guys some of the stuff that I set up and how it's set up, like my remind crash command and the new raid out command. We can go through how that's all set up. Streamerbot is pretty powerful, but there's so much to learn from it. So much to learn. And then maybe we'll give something else a test. Oh, no worries, Pixie. I appreciate you making it in. Yeah. I remember those. But yeah, there's something else I potentially want to test for, because I signed up for Streamfest. But yeah, there will be a little bit of a surprise. So maybe, depending on how many people are here, yeah, Dino Streamfest. I may test my webcam setup. Like, I don't have an official webcam. I found a way to use my phone as a webcam. I kind of ruined the surprise there, but if there's enough people here and maybe we want to do that, I will probably do that. I did put a webcam up on my throne, but I don't expect anybody to get it for me, so I sure can't afford to get it for myself right now. But anyways, that's beside the point. I found an alternative, so for now I'm good with that alternative, I think. And, you know, if the time comes that I can afford a webcam or I get a better webcam, then so be it. But for now... yeah, I'll have to check that out, but where I run Linux, my selection of software is probably quite different. Yeah, but I did try this out, and so like it does work. I just have not used it on stream, so I don't know how well it actually comes through on the other side or whatnot. Aha. Yep, I did the dual boot thing for a while, and then I just got to the point where I was tired of paying for Windows for the few little things that I still used it for. And so around the time that Windows 7 came out, Windows Vista even, I kind of ditched Windows altogether, and I've been on purely Linux ever since, except for work. I can't control what I have to use for work, but yeah, Linux all the way. But I know it's not for everybody. Look, if I could get everybody on Linux, would it be perfect? Yes, absolutely, but the industry has to change for that to be able to happen, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. I hope everybody had decent holidays last week. Mine were okay. Weren't the best we've had, but we're not the worst we've had either, so I take it as a win overall. It's kind of hard to believe that the year is already over. Tomorrow, the last day of 2024. We'll see what 2025 has in store for us. Yeah, hopefully good things. I mean, there's good things on the horizon. Not that I got accepted yet, but I applied for Streamfest, which is something I never thought I would do at the start of 2024. So that's something. I just hope it goes well. I'm not concerned necessarily for me. Like, it's gonna be hectic chaos to have all those people coming in, but they're people that I know, that I've spent so much time with, so I'll be overall okay. Just sometimes things in my house can get chaotic, and yeah, sometimes it goes, I don't know what proper words to say without saying too much, but sometimes it goes, you know, pretty crazy. And if that was to happen while I was live for Streamfest, it would not be a fun time for anybody. So I hope that everything is gonna be okay. I was kind of late applying because I was debating for said reasons, and so I hope I didn't wait too long. Part of me feels like they'll do their best to let me in regardless, because I've been around the dino community for a long time. Well, a long time, couple years or so. And anyways, not to say that I'm super important, but I think they'll do their best to fit me in. Not to stroke my own ego there, but okay. Maybe we do some cooking instead. Thanks. Yeah, I hope so. Foraging, maybe? Sounds good, Pixie. Thanks for popping in. And yes, we'll see you bright and early in the morning. I'm waving, you can't see me, but bye-bye. What's the next thing I unlocked? Shells, tangled pondweed. Oh yeah, the monument pieces. Where are those at? Up here. Oh, but wait. there's different sizes, and I think I already have all the ones handed in that I can. Yeah, hefty pieces I can't get for a while. Yeah, so I need to go get some like water lilies, level that up. I should also work on the quests at some point. But right now I want to focus on getting the holiday hats. We wait for them to respawn. Take the money. Oh. There's a level up. Sprinkled starfish. I wonder where those are. On the beach, I would assume. Yeah. In Starfish Point. How fitting was the word I used. A red Christmas hat. That's not the one I want, though. Sorry, I got distracted by my phone. Yeah, the only thing about those is I can't sell them, or I didn't figure out where to sell them. Because they're components for a potion. Yeah, and so it doesn't really let me sell them. This way. So for now, I'm just gonna put them away. Let's go back to those because I want to level up foraging. I wish you could click as far away as you want. I don't fully understand why you can't, but it is what it is. Sometimes I wish there was a quicker way to move around. Not that it's super far, but that just traveling is a little bit boring, I guess. Oh no. Man down. That's why I'm not fighting those beasts. I keep seeing people die by them. They're likely just biting off more than they can chew. many doubles. I just want the yellow one. Is that so much to ask? If I got the yellow Santa hat, I would probably say the heck with the other ones, but oh, there we go. Now we can go get the starfish. We can also check out this out of place rock, which will probably do nothing. Yeah. Let's fill the inventory with these lilies, then we'll go sell them, then we'll go get the starfish. So, yeah, I'm assuming I can sell the starfish. I'm also trying to think of other things to do for Streamfest, where I've never done anything like that before. I don't know really what to do. Just gonna get some of those bamboozle beans. I'll probably, once I find out if I'm accepted, I'll probably make a post on Discord. Try to get some ideas for things to do. I did apply, Grease, yes. I don't know when they're gonna put out the schedule or whatever, but hopefully soon. I forget what times I put in. That's how good my memory is. I think I picked a couple slots in the afternoon early and then one in the evening. Yeah, I'm trying not to get my hopes super up in a way, like they're gonna get so many applications. They only have 30 spots. Yeah. I mean, I could have probably done that too, but yeah, I didn't want to. Thanks. I hope we both get in. Oh, I'm gonna knock everything over. Now. Trying to sit without sitting on my legs, but I can't have my feet on the floor. Because that's not comfy for me. Excuse me. Sorry, where am I? Let's see what these starfish are all about. Oh, there's some here. Cool. Now, what can I do with them? Oh, they're for potions. See, right here, this seems to tell me I could sell it. But when I go into the potion place, it doesn't give me the option to sell. So I'm obviously missing something. That's okay. I'll figure it out at some point. So there's starfish. Where else? Nope, just these two places. Hey Zaid, welcome in. Hope you're having a good evening. Hey, no worries. We're just playing some more Brighter Shores, and in a little bit I was gonna go over some things I set up in Streamerbot, I think. Well, I appreciate you being here, for sure. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Work's been pretty quiet this whole week. Well, this whole, last 2 weeks. So, yeah. Not too much going on. Which is fine with me, in a way. Tomorrow's gonna be extra boring, I'm sure. Hope your day was good too. Yes, well, those are important. I hope that as we go into 2025 tomorrow, you'll feel even better. Go the quick way. Yep, that sounds about right. Like if I talk to him, he just wants the potions. But I didn't want to turn all of this stuff into potions. Yep. It's going away for now. Sounds good. I appreciate you being here. Enjoy the games. Okay. What? Let's make some soup. It's a good source of XP and money. Nobody wants any of this soup, that's okay. I will still make it. And we watch for holiday hats. While he's doing that, I'm gonna have a little snack, so it's gonna be quiet for a minute. I could eat a whole bucket of those. Homemade bits and bites. Yummy. I like making soup. It's a good source of income and XP. More so for the income. Just the XP it gives at this point, nah. Nope, that's the same thing I'm looking for. I feel like that yellow one is pretty rare. Like I've got multiples of everything else, but not the yellow Santa hat. Oh, I'm assuming that's the one he meant. I'm starting to think I'm not gonna get it. Because they didn't give an exact date for when these are going away. They said sometime early January. Well, early January is this week. So I feel like all day New Year's Day, this is what I'm gonna be doing. Maybe we'll hit the stream button, who knows. So maybe watch for a pop-up on New Year's Day, but because I won't be working, that's for sure. Well, money it is. I don't know that I trust people enough to actually trade with them. I have that issue in games. I've never been a big trader. I'm afraid people are gonna find a way to hack the system, as they say, and rip me off. Excuse me. So that's why I'm gonna try to keep just going for it myself. Oh, I have to go watch that after stream. Been waiting for the Undergrads movie to come out for, what feels like forever. I don't know if anybody's used to watch Undergrads when it was on TV. I watched it way too many times. And then when he got the rights to make the movie, I backed it on Kickstarter. So we've been waiting, it feels like 10 years. Probably has been. He's getting there. It's gonna come out. It'll be exciting. I think with my level of Kickstarter, I get a digital copy of the movie, I get a copy of the script, and potentially my name in the credits, or something like that. I forget. It was so long ago. Yeah, I'd have to go back and check what the actual perks were. I think I tried to one time and I couldn't for sure confirm that I got everything up to the level that I paid for. But yeah, that was something. Yeah, either way, the movie's gonna be cool to watch. And so the reason why that came up is because I was looking at my phone. He just posted an update on YouTube, so he's been getting better at posting updates on the progress. Choppy chop vegetables. Oh, I clicked away. Why did I do that? And we watch for yellow Christmassy hat, Santa hat. guess I did pretty good in hats if some people are missing 8. There's only 20 of them. So I'm only missing 4. We got ads coming in about a minute. And after those are done, we'll take a peek at some Streamerbot stuff, I think. Hey, sister, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm gonna stand myself over there. And just because while these ads are running, we won't do too much. And I'm gonna bring some stuff over. So we can try to look at how I set up some of the things I have on Streamerbot. We'll mute the game audio while that's happening. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, doing okay. There's those ads. Okay, so what I'm gonna need window capture. We're gonna call this one that. Oh, there we go. That's there. Move that to just above game capture. Okay, and then I also need, let's cannibalize that one. For that. Okay, so now if I minimize that, you'll see Discord, and if I leave that up, you'll see that. Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely intimidating. Oh, I don't know if you can read that on stream very well. Can I zoom that in somehow? It's one thing I didn't think about. What does that look like? Yeah, I think maybe if you're viewing full screen the stream, it'll make sense, but we'll walk through it and hopefully it'll help. Okay, good. Oh, I suppose I need to change my category for a minute. Somehow. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. We're just getting set up because I'm gonna just go over some things I have set up in Streamerbot. Okay, that ought to do it. Alright, so the main thing that was kind of interest and is the send reminder. So basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go under commands and set up a command for reminder. So just a basic command, and I have it set up with 2 different triggers. So remind or remind crash. I only really advertised the remind crash one, but I thought if people forget to put crash, at least it'll still work. Then on this side, you set up who has access to it. By default, just the broadcaster would have access to it. So like if we move everything over on to the right, the left side, only I would be able to use it. So in this case, I had it to, I forget what now. Yeah, mods and VIPs. It'll ignore bot accounts, ignore internal messages. Those are kind of just the defaults. I'm not 100% sure what they do. And this is just the source of where this is only for Twitch. That's all it's coming from. Then you can set the cooldown 5 seconds globally, but 15 seconds for the same user to repeat it. So once you have that command set up, then you come to the actions, and so then you have to set up a new action. I just call it send reminder. It's enabled. I don't have any kind of group set up, so that doesn't matter. I don't have anything but the default queue set up, and I haven't played with any of these other options. They don't matter for what we're doing right now anyways. So once you have that action set up, then you need to set up a trigger. So in our case, we want the trigger to be command. So those are found. So to open up that context menu, you right click, you go to core, you go to commands, and then you go to command triggered. That'll give you this. Then you get to pick your command. So in this case, we're doing the remind command. So we pick that. And then the fun stuff happens down here. So this is what does all the work really is this Discord basic webhook. So that is again under you right click, and I forget where it is, so let me just go. It's under integrations and then Discord and then basic webhook. So that property looks a little bit daunting. We'll go over this in a second. So before you can set up this webhook sub action, you have to go to the channel that you want it to post to, and this only works when you're not in streamer mode, so I just disabled it for a second. Oh, you can't see my Discord. One sec. Now you should see it. Yes. Okay, so what you do is you right click on the channel that you want it to post to, and you go edit channel, and you go to integrations, and you go to webhooks, and this is the one that I have set up already. So I'll just click on that one for now. So when you're creating a new one, you're gonna go new webhook, and then it's gonna just call it whatever the heck it wants. You click on it, change the name to what you want, tell it what channel you want it to post to, and then you would copy the URL. So once you have the URL, that's where it goes into the Streamerbot webhook sub action. So you copy that link, paste it in here, and that's it really for that part. So you give it a name here just so it shows up in the Streamerbot interface. The username doesn't matter because it's going to just default to whatever the name you give the webhook in Discord. And so then the magic is what's in the content of it. So every message is going to be prefaced with remember to, and then this raw input is a variable that contains whatever text is put after the command. And so the way that I found that out is if you go into the action queue and the action history, this gives you a list of everything that has been run since Streamerbot was opened. And then what you can do is when you double click on it, this shows you all the variables that were in place when that action was run. And so you can see here raw input, because this is a redeem that doesn't have any kind of input, it's blank. But on a remind crash command, it would show, oh, you don't see this other screen. Okay, that's terrible. Do you see this? No, you don't see that either. Okay, give me 2 seconds then to add, because without seeing this, it doesn't make any sense. Window capture, why doesn't that capture with Streamerbot? Streamerbot 2? Okay, so now we want to see Streamerbot. Discord basic webhook. Okay, so there is. So this is the window that I've been talking about. That is the webhook settings. So you put the webhook name at the top. The username doesn't matter because it's going to just use whatever you have set up in the webhook on the Discord side. And then, so you put the webhook URL that you get from Discord here, and then this is what the message is going to be. So all my messages that get posted start with remember to, and then this is the raw input variable that I was talking about that you didn't see the first time I was talking about it. So, and then I was saying the way that I found that was in the action queue, action history, and then I need to get that screen to show up. So let me edit this now to show. Oh, why doesn't that? Oh, right there, variables. So this is all the variables that Twitch, sent to Streamerbot when it ran the action. Oh, so I can show you it on this one. Variables send reminder. So because somebody sent a reminder, so this is what that command looks like. So Ryan, he's the best. Well, thank you to whoever sent that. Um, but so that's what the raw input contained when that specific command was run. And then it breaks it up. This one escaped would escape all special characters. This is URL encoded one, so it replaces characters with URL safe characters. I don't care about that. And then every word in the input is split into its own variable with the same 3 variables for each word. I don't need to go that far. I don't care about each individual word. So raw input is the one that got set up. Then it gives you a bunch of other information, the user that did it, where it came from, is it the user subscribed, and if it's a moderator, is it a VIP, when it was, and all that fun stuff. So once you have um, that variable, you throw that into the basic webhook settings, which I have to change this to again. I should just do screen capture instead, but I'm afraid I'm going to pull something up that I don't want to be on screen. So, and at, really, that's all there is to it, right? So if we go back to my Discord for a second, and we get rid of that, you'll see that this is what it did, right? So with Reese's command, it said it sent to here, remember to, he's the best. So, it's not super flexible because it's hard coded to say, remember to do this thing. That's what it was intended for, right? Um, but, and then these are just things that I reminded myself of. But then, so you just end up with a list of things to do in this Discord channel, and you can choose to do with them what you wish at this point. Like these were from the last stream where I first announced the command. So there's a bunch of stuff, right? And you see that I reacted to the ones that I did stuff with, and the ones that I didn't do anything with, I've left the way they are. Um, I think what I might like to do is add, and then so as a secondary action, after it has sent that to Discord, it will send a message, as you can see in the chat, that it replies to the message and said, yeah, reminder sent, now it's up to Crash to actually do the thing. Well, that's just done with the Twitch reply to message, so that found under right click in the sub actions, Twitch, chat, and then reply to message, and that'll just reply to the message ID, which is the message that called this action. And that's that really. Um, So what I want to do though with this is that there? Nope. What's that one? Oh, it is. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add the username of the person that actually wanted me to remember whatever it was. So if I open up the variables again, we can see that there's 2 variables, user and then username. So user, I think, is like how it's capitalized in chat, and then username is just your Twitch username. So I'm gonna use user. So we come back to action, send reminder, Discord basic webhook, change this to that so we can see it. Discord basic webhook. Where is it? That's not what's there anymore. There. Okay, so then all we're gonna do is I'm just gonna add that, and we do this, and we do that. So in theory, this should now do the same thing, except it's gonna put the username at the end. If somebody wants to try it just as a test, that'd be great, because maybe I'm full of shit too. No. Oh, there we go. See? Thanks. So now I know who reminded me to do the thing, and if I need to get back to them or follow up with them or whatever, I have their Twitch username right there, and I can reach out to them and whatever. So that's the basics of it. I guess as a proper teacher, I'll say, do you have any questions? Did that make sense? And if you go to set it up and you have troubles, I'm not far away. But I plan on taking maybe this section of stream and uploading it to YouTube if nobody that's in chat right now objects to that. And then anybody that ever wants to reference to this can reference to it whenever they want. But if anybody objects, I won't do that. Yeah, so like I could make a separate YouTube video, or like I said, I can just cut up this section of the stream and turn that and upload that to YouTube. But it's gonna have the chat and everything on the side, so if we'd rather not that, then I'll take time and record a video by itself, which is not a big deal. I don't mind doing it whatsoever. Um, I want to go over something else that I set up. Since we're here, now I'm excited to talk about Streamerbot, so if we don't mind, I'd like to talk about something else that I set up. Anybody objects? Speak now or forever hold your peace. So, the other thing was I noticed that our friend Mark, when he raids, he can type a custom raid message in the chat, and it'll use that instead of his regular raid message. So I was like, well, can I do that with Streamerbot? And I figured out kind of how to do it. Um, I've probably overcomplicated it in a way, but I think it's also very much future proof. So basically, what I have is instead of a sub raid and a raid command, I have just a raid out command. And so if we go check out the command and we do raid out, so right now only moderators can do it, and I don't have any moderators in the chat, so I'm gonna add VIPs for right now, just so you guys can see how it works as I'm talking about it. So again, the command is set up same way, has a name, has the command, what to ignore, where it's gonna come from. The cooldowns I set up the same way. And so now in the actions, we have the raid out action, which gets triggered when the raid out command is used, and then it does all of this stuff. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to send a message to chat that's going to say, thanks for joining. Please join us on Discord if you want to stay up to date. And then it's going to throw in this Discord link. So this Discord link surrounded by the title or whatever it's called is a user defined variable. So this is a variable that I defined. So if we go look up here in variables, and that is probably not going to show up on the screen, and we'll fix that for a second. Where is it? Global variables, right there. Okay, so this is all the variables that I have set up. Uh, so you can see Discord link is there. So the reason why I decided to set up this stuff as variables is that if now I can use it elsewhere without having to write it again, right? And if I ever need to modify the Discord link, I only need to modify it in one spot instead of potentially modifying it everywhere that I have it. So you'll see here the other stuff I've set up. So this is the follower raid leading part, the follower raid ending part. This is the default raid message, and then this is the sub raid, leading part, and the sub raid ending part. So then basically all the action does is, if we remember, so this is done with conditionals. So the conditional stuff is under core and under logic, and then if else. So that gives you the ability to say, if this variable is empty, then you're gonna do, oh, and you're not seeing this, hold on a second. Logic if else, there. So now hopefully you can kind of see that. And so what this is doing again is it's saying if the variable raw input is empty, so if you remember the raw input variable, it contains anything that was put in after the command or after the action that triggered this stuff to run. So this says, again, if raw input is empty or null, then you're going to do regular raid. So this is saying, again, if nothing comes after that raid out command, you're just going to call regular raid. And we'll go through and look at what regular raid is after. But then it also says, so if that's false, that means that raw input was defined, it means raw input had something in it. So now it's going to call regular raid C, which is what I called regular raid custom. And then it will continue and do the other section. So again, this is the same thing except for the subraid stuff. So once it's determined whether there was some inputs, it will call regular raid. So if it calls regular raid, the only thing that regular raid does is it sends a Twitch message, which has these three variables in it that we saw were defined before. So it'll put the regular raid leading stuff, the raid body, and then the regular raid trail stuff. And if it calls regular raid C, then what it does, the only difference here is that the raid body is replaced with raw input. So whatever gets typed in after the raid out command is going to replace what's in between the emotes. And so the same thing for subraid C or subraid, right? Either it puts raw input or it puts the raid body message. So I thought that was pretty cool to be able to do that kind of so easily. And so these other like regular raid and subraid C, they don't have any other triggers. They just get called by this raid out function or action or whatever you want to call it. And these options here next to it are just that it's always going to run. So even if the queue was paused or if something else was holding it up, these would always run. And then some of you, and I have to fix this, but some of you seen the early crew redemption that I added. That's also kind of done like this. Um, just saying, Twitch reward redemption of early crew, then it does the thing. Um, but for some reason in the Twitch panel, it's still called first when it should be called uh, early crew. It's called early crew everywhere else that I looked. So I don't know. I may have to delete it and recreate it, but for now it works. And so then another thing that I set up, which is kind of, so this ads coming thing, it can trigger an action on how soon ads are coming. So in this case, I just have it set up that when ads are within, coming within a minute, send out this message. Fairly simple. And I moved my quotes here. We could go through that, but oh, and I made a thing to actually put the chat into emote only. I don't know why Twitch has a default emote only chat redemption that doesn't actually do anything. Originally, I had just turned it on, assuming that it was going to do what it said it was going to do, but it didn't do a darn thing. So, anyways, now I had it would actually work. It'll turn on emote only mode. It'll send this message. It'll wait for 2 minutes, and then it'll turn emote only off. But yeah, that's what I have set up for now. Streamerbot is so powerful. Like the stuff that it can do, it can control OBS. It can do a bunch of stuff with Twitch polls. It can start predictions. It can set up raids. It can do rewards. It can do stuff with subscribers, set tags, do things based on the users. Like it can even connect to stream decks. So much stuff it can do that I just haven't really played with yet, but I plan on looking at. And the thing I'll probably stay away from is like you can get it to execute custom C# code, which I wouldn't get into. But you can have it playing audio. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, I tried. I think some of my stuff is still pretty basic in a way. Just compared to what it can do. Don't need that one anymore. And don't need that one. Or that one. There we go. Okay, now we're back to just a regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, don't be fooled. Like, it took me a bit to set that up too. Their documentation is not the best. Like, even the documentation on the Discord webhook and the video that they have out on it it doesn't tell you everything that you need to know. It kind of assumes that you already know about variables, which are a very important part of, how that got set up in the end. Um, yeah. So I'm still figuring it out. I'm willing to figure it out alongside you type thing. Like if there's things that you want to do that you wonder if it's possible, feel free to run it by me. We can bounce ideas off of each other, and just sometimes it may not be instant that I'll reply or, find a solution, but it'll be uh, it'll be fun to do. So you know how to get a hold of me, and yeah, I guess like in some ways naturally I'm comfortable with it, um, because this is how I've always kind of done things. This is how I've always kind of learned. You know, when I was growing up, I my fun was to take apart the rotary phone in the house and figure out how the bells worked on it, right? Like stuff like that. So I'm not afraid to click around. Streamerbot is still daunting, like there's just so much, and I'm just afraid of how poor their documentation might be. But uh, you know, they always say two minds is better than one, and that's why we can figure it out. Um, but yeah, and I don't mind doing some of this stuff too. On stream, going through stuff like if there's something that you poke me about, and then I'll take time to figure it out, and then we can go through it on stream, and then it benefits others too. It benefits not just you and me, type thing. Um, but for some other stuff, we can do it just one on one too. Um, Anyways, I enjoy that stuff. Sometimes I end up going through it too quickly, uh, because I enjoy it so much, and I'm so uh, uh, enthusiastic about it that I end up going through it too quickly. So if it ever happens that I'm going through something on stream and you're like, what the fuck did he just do? Get my attention, get me to go back, get me to show it again, and I'll gladly do it. Um, yeah. So for now, let's get back to some brighter shores. That was a fun little distraction. Distraction? Side quest? Side quest. Okay. Thanks, Reese. I appreciate that you're like always here too. It's nice to be appreciated. Sometimes I think it's a thing that everybody doesn't hear enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, as people, we don't always tell each other that we appreciate each other. But it's important to say it because some people really need to hear it. Others can be just fine without hearing it, and either they know that they are or they don't care whether or not they are. But some people need to hear it, and it's okay to need to hear it. And I just wish that was more normal. Like I feel like I, I spent a good chunk of my working life not really knowing if I was being appreciated and for the things that I did. And now I'm focusing more at work, but in general, but that's not a great feeling, right? Like I go into work and I sit there for 8 hours and I bust my ass off and I do things that are in the background and most people probably don't realize that I'm doing it. and so they don't necessarily know to appreciate it in a way. So, like, I get that, but at the same time, they know I'm there for 8 hours a day. They must think I do something or wonder why I'm there. So it's a weird culture thing, and I don't quite understand how it's not more common to just say, you know what, you did good, and yeah. So I try my best to let people know that I appreciate them. I also don't always have the right words to say. The basic "I appreciate you" is there, but sometimes there's other words that could be used that I may not be as comfortable using, but that doesn't mean any less. I feel like I've said this before, but bears repeating, I think. Anyways, that was the mushy section of stream. Oh, I guess we could do a sneaky test. There's not too many people here. Let's see if this works. Oh, wait, before I do this, hold on. Hold on. I'm coming right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let me look at something. Better make sure you're all ready for this. It's there. Oh, where is it? Oh, I don't know where it's gonna show up. Okay. Oh, I forget what it is already. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, why is it upside down? Um, why is it upside down? Oh, and it's really blown out too. What the? Can I flip it? I can't flip it. Why is it upside down? It's not upside down on my screen. Oh, wait, it is. Okay, let's just flip it. Is that gonna work? Oh, what just happened? My screen turned off. Oh, there it goes. I had to run and put on my alpaca costume. I didn't want the sheer shock of the transition to be too much on anybody, so that's what happens. Well, okay, so it works. I don't know how much I like it, but here we are. And hey, Onion, I don't know if I said hello, but good time to come in as I'm doing a sneaky test on using my phone as a webcam. So this is what I kind of have planned out for Streamfest. I don't think I'm going to keep this every stream. I just think I wanted to test it out and see how it comes across and maybe figure out that I need to find a way to adjust the white balance or the brightness or something, and then, yeah, try it again. This took some figuring out. So, Droid Cam is a thing, and on Windows it works easy peasy. On Linux it's a little bit harder. Um, and so it would build the module required, but it defaults to only 480p resolution, and I was like, what's the point in that? So, and with a single line somewheres that mentioned the fact that it was 480 by default, but no indication of how to actually change it. So I had to figure out where to set the options to change it. So now at least it's capturing in 720 instead of 480. Um, but yeah, it seems to work okay. Now you can see how my stuff is set up. There's options on here. I'm just trying to. I could zoom apparently. It's got auto white balance. I think I just would need to. That was probably pretty scary. Um, Now I'm gonna be distracted by looking at myself, trying to keep track of what I'm doing. Hey, Hee-Hoo, why is everybody coming out of the woodworks now? There was nobody here, and I was like, oh, now's the perfect time to do it. There's only a couple people here, and now everybody's coming. But welcome in. Yep, it seems to work. And to make the transition easier, I went and put on my llama costume, or alpaca costume. And yeah, it's cheaper to cheaper than a webcam for sure, but I don't know if a webcam would yield better results. Again, like it's just very blown out. Properties. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna do anything. Can I put? I don't know what any of these would do. These all sound like audio things. I'm looking at the filters. Scaling aspect ratio. No, that's gonna be like a green screen thing. That's not what I want. I cannot see chat, so hopefully everybody is being nice. Oh, okay. There's contrast settings on here. Can I turn this down some? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Contrast. That down some. Oh, now it just looks like shit. Yeah, that's no good. I think I could do with just turning down the lights. Sounds good, Hugh. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, so overall it's not terrible, but when I was quickly testing it, I had not really noticed how washed out it was. Um, but I'm sure I could get it looking better by messing with some settings, but I didn't like the things that OBS was doing with it, so I think I need to try to fix it from the camera side. Like it struggles at adjusting things. What if I... Oh no, that's terrible. That's not overly terrible. See, it looks a lot different when I look at the input on my phone versus what it looks like on Twitch. So OBS is doing things to it. No, I guess it looks pretty much the same. This is like the exposure, I think. If I turn that down, what is that gonna do? Oh, that's doing things okay. I mean, maybe that's a little bit better. I also need a better place to put my phone. Right now, it's just sitting under my monitor. Not that there's much to see, but that part of it is trying to not show everything that's in behind me. And my phone screen turns off, but the camera keeps going. Okay, well, I was really nervous about doing that. And so now that it's done, it actually it's not that bad. I think I could get used to this. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I should have probably said hello everybody for anybody that hasn't seen my selfies posted around Discord or whatnot. Here I am. uh, and for anybody else, well, for both cases, now you get to see my awkward movements. And that's what stresses me out the most about being on camera. It's like, when I know there's no camera, I don't pay attention to what any part of my body's doing. But now I have to, uh, now I have to be mindful of what I'm doing. I can't just go picking my nose. Yes. Yeah, I will have to look it up. And if anything, some will be brought to light. Like, I'm sure I have nervous tics. I just don't necessarily realize it because I'm not staring at myself, or nobody's staring at me on a daily basis, right? Like, even when I'm in a meeting at work, that's a different kind of environment than being here. So here, I would by default be a lot more comfortable than I am in a meeting at work. So yeah, like, those nervous tics or whatnot might be controlled by default at work because I'm purposely paying attention to what I'm doing. Whereas in a setting like this, I'm not necessarily paying attention to what I'm doing because it's a more comfortable environment. I'm amongst friends, so I'm not as concerned. Um, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see. I don't think that I will bring this up every night. I have a quick way to switch in between the two, which let's give that a test too. So if I do this, that should go back to my PNG tuber. Maybe. Nope. Why didn't that work? Hotkeys. Control. Oh, Super Shift A. Why was. Okay, so Control is what changes. So this should do it. Hey, look at that. Now, if I do this. Oh, I already forget. This? No. I'll remember it one of these days. If I had a Stream Deck, I would just have one button. So, to show the camera, it's Control Super A. To hide it, it's Shift Super A. Okay, I should be able to remember that. So now, if we do this, whabam! Camera comes on, and then it should go on to, hey, look at that. I think I might move it up a little bit. No, I want this. Oh no. Well, I don't want it that far up. Okay, I guess that'll work. Oh, I forgot you guys couldn't hear the game audio. Now you can. And we got more ads coming in a minute. There, so you weren't expecting all of this excitement when you came in this stream today, were you? Well, I showed you, didn't I? We got new commands, we got new redeems, we got a face reveal. Everything's happening today. And we got a crash course on Streamerbot. Maker, you're here! I was hoping you'd be here when this happened, but yeah, it was getting to the end of stream, and so yeah, here we are. This is using my cell phone as a webcam using Droid Cam, piped right into OBS over USB. It works pretty good. I think I kind of got... It still looks a little bit washed out, or at least the lights behind me look way too washed out or bright, but it's not as bad as when I first turned it on. But yeah, here we are, and with the alpaca costume, so it's not as much as of a shock when we first turned it on, but yeah. And you missed my Streamerbot crash course, but that's gonna go up on YouTube, so I'll post that in the Discord. Thanks. Like I've said, I was very nervous about turning it on for the first time, and I still kind of am, but this is like a test for Streamfest. If I'm gonna do Streamfest, I would like to do it this way instead of just the PNG alpaca. But I didn't want to, obviously didn't want to just do that for the first time for Streamfest. So this is the first test. I may do some more messing about with it, try to get it to look not quite so bright. And yeah, so that's another thing that was new, but I think I'm gonna have to undo it. So that's set up through Streamerbot. When I first set it up, I set it up at first, and then I was like, oh well, it would be nice to have maybe the first 5 people be recognized instead of just the first person. So then I renamed it in Streamerbot to Early Crew, and it shows up as Early Crew everywhere. It's like if you go into Mod View Maker and look at the activity feed, you'll see it there as Early Crew. And if I go in Streamerbot, it's Early Crew. If I go in the Twitch, Stream Manager thing, community thing, it's Early Crew. And so I don't know why it still shows as first in the actual redemptions. Oh, now it's called Early Crew. But it still said first when you redeemed it. Maybe that just kind of fixed itself? I don't know. It's weird. I guess the moral of the story is don't rename redemption that you made in Streamerbot. If you're gonna redo it, delete it. But so I don't know, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and if it still looks like it's called first, I'm gonna undo it. Yeah, because it's not reflective of what it is. But it's gonna be there for the first 5 people to show up. Reese and Uru claimed it today, and then you. So there's technically still 2 up for grabs, but... Oh, what can I do now? Appetizing mixed vegetables. Can I make a different soup? I'm not paying attention now. Yeah. I also made a... Oh, I can't. I also made a... what are you playing? Are you playing Brighter Shores too? Oh. Oh, RuneScape. That was weird. I just looked over at my stream and I was like, where's my avatar? It's not there anymore. Okay, what time do we have? Yeah, I think it's gonna be quitting time soon. Probably after this round of soup. As much as I keep going, since I was a bit late starting, it's already 10:30, so I gonna have to call it soon. The other thing I'm not sure of with using my phone like this, and I'm sorry that I'm gonna move it, but is I don't necessarily like the angle that it's at. But so like if I put it up above my computer monitor, which is where it would make more sense, yeah, then you can see a bunch of stuff behind me, which is not that big a deal. But I don't have a way to hold it there. Oh, sorry, that move down was very quick. So for now it's gonna stay right there, but I'm just not thrilled with the angle. Oh, thanks for shouting out Reese, Mark. I'm assuming you did that because you're the only mod here. Yeah, anybody that doesn't know Reese should go check them out. It's a nice place to hang out. All sorts of stuff gets talked about. Art gets done sometimes. And sometimes soup gets spilled on keyboards. And there's cats. And overall fun time. Yes, I was there, I think yesterday? Must have been today. But I did hear that it made a full recovery. See, now that I have this camera, it's kind of exciting because I can show you guys stuff, which I couldn't do before. Oh, nice land with the hug emote. So this is a present I got from my Secret Santa exchange in the Dino community. I don't know how this is gonna show on camera, but it's a cute little lamp that looks like a duck and it has dangly feet. And oh yeah, the camera's not having a fun time with that at all. It's got 3 different brightness levels. Maybe it looks better now that it's off, but yeah. And of course it has a butt. load and then the charging port. Oh, I think it's really cute. I use it as my crafting buddy when I'm doing knitting, or, well, now knitting, or before just latch hook. That's what I kind of use as my light. Calbear and Patreon stuff today. Oh, I know she was sending it out today, so hopefully I'll get it. Obviously, it's going to be next year at this point, but soon. There's too much stuff is going to be in there. Crabs, a frog that I won, the Patreon stuff. It's going to be exciting. And now that I am using this, maybe we'll open it on stream. Who knows? Yeah, but like I was saying too, I don't know that I'll use this camera thing all the time. I still, in some ways, kind of want to make it a surprise during Streamfest, so I probably am going to avoid using it unless I'm like, I want to test it because I made some changes to it. And the alpaca costume is now going to be limited to Streamfest only, so if you got to see it today, if you didn't, well, sucks to be you. Yes, please don't spoil it. I know she said she was putting something extra in it this month, so I'm very excited. Yeah, it's so weird. There was like nobody here, and well, I say that, but you know, there was very few people here, and so I was like, okay, let's do this, and then I did the webcam thing, and now everybody's showing up. So, yeah, all good. Trying to pick a hair off my keyboard. Now I can show you my keyboard too. Oh, but then you would see my mess of a computer desk. Thanks. It still feels weird. Like now that the screen on my phone is off, I'm not seeing myself all the time, so that's actually better. But in the back of my mind, I'm always like, what the hell am I doing? Where's my hands? What's my face doing? What's happening? And yeah, I need to get over that. So there will be more streams like this probably before Streamfest, if I even get into Streamfest. I keep talking about it like it's a sure thing, because I need to get that. I need to get over that in a way, because otherwise I'm gonna focus on that too much and I'm not gonna be able to have fun. But I think I'm doing pretty good with it so far. Yeah, well, my everything's on that screen. Well, not, yeah, the chat's on that screen. So every time I look over at the chat, there I am in the corner. And yeah. Yes, well, that's probably what I'll have to do too. Holy crap, this alpaca costume is hot. The only other times I've worn it, I was outside. Right? That's what I'm most afraid of doing. And yeah, there's a few things I know I do that I'm like, I can't do that on stream. That's gonna be the worst thing in the world. So I just need to keep that in mind. Oh, and you know what? I'm not even paying attention to how much money I'm making from selling this soup. What's the worst thing you think you'll do on stream? Goodness gracious, I don't know. Probably pick my nose. Yeah, well, so I don't necessarily want to say it on stream either. Well, look, I'll put it this way, okay? As a man, there's bits that sometimes get stuck to your leg or get itchy or something, and I don't think it would be very sightly to have me, scratching that out on stream. Do you know what I mean? There you go. When there's no camera, it doesn't matter. Nobody can see what I'm doing, but now everybody can see what I'm doing. And I'm very mindful that I often do that more than I need to in a way, but when nobody's there, it doesn't matter. No, it may not be super visible, but it could be very evident that I'm doing something weird. That would be even worse, right? Like if I have my hand down here like this and I'm going like this, it's gonna look really strange. That would be worse if it wasn't on purpose, but anyways. I think that's the biggest thing in a way. Yeah, and there is absolutely that, because if there's one thing I'm great at, it's overthinking every fucking thing. Fair, true. See? Anyways, a lot of it is I just need to get comfortable with the fact that everybody is actually watching me. Like I've mentioned before, it's one thing, I've shared selfies of myself on whoever's Discord servers, multiple places, but I get to pose for those. I get to kind of make them look the way I want to look, right? Everything is just so raw and live, and I can't control things that may happen or whatever. No, 18,193. So what did it cost me? But I think I'll be okay. In a lot of ways, it's just the unknown of this is something I've never done, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. But so far, it's not too bad. But then, the other thing is you'll also get to see my facial expressions, which sometimes don't necessarily reflect the way I'm actually feeling, or they'll reflect an initial feeling that quickly changes. Like, does that make sense? And so, like, if nobody was here right now and I was talking to myself, my face would look a lot different than it does now. Like, I'm happy to be talking to everybody because there's people there listening to me. Again, if I was by myself or no interaction whatsoever, I would look a lot different. Oh, I should test something else too, real quick. Well, I can do that fairly easily. If I go here. Oh, nope, not there, I guess. Oh yeah, it's not. Well, regardless. Hopefully, if everything is working as intended, you guys can't hear the stream that I just turned on. And you should only be able to hear me and the game audio. Excellent. So, I got that set up, which is excellent, but fuck was it tricky to set up. I mean, I love Linux and I'm never switching back, but the audio subsystem, there's too many. And that's what complicates this whole thing is that's why OBS has the ability in Windows to do application only audio capture, because in Windows the audio subsystem is very well defined. It is what it is. Every application is going to use it the same way, and so it's easy for them to do. On Linux you've got the old way, which is ALSA. Then you've got Pulse Audio, which is something that kind of sits on top of ALSA but not really. And then you've got Pipewire, which is another thing that kind of sits in between on top of all of that. Then there's Jack. There's just too many things. And so OBS didn't build it in. There's plugins available. The one that is still being developed uses Pipewire. Well, I didn't have Pipewire on my system. I've never used it. I've tried to stay with the old, tried, tested ALSA, but everything's moving towards needing Pulse Audio, so that's on my system. But I don't fully understand how they connect, how they work together, what one does that the other doesn't do, blah blah blah. So it was messy, but it's set up and it works. But what I don't like is that this way, every different game that I play, I would have to set it up to capture the audio, otherwise you'll get nothing. Because what I was hoping to be able to do was to capture everything but certain applications. But it can't really do that. And so, yes, Zaid, I do use Linux. But so like I think for now it's gonna be fine, because I don't play that many different games, and you know, if I start a stream with a different game, there's no game audio, it's quick to add it. Yeah, so there is the option to do that, but the problem with that is, so like OBS is an output, and then the monitor of OBS is an output, and then there's like Firefox that I wouldn't want to capture, and there's Discord that I wouldn't want to capture, and so there's multiple things that I want to exclude. I can set it up to exclude one thing, but they don't stack. So even if I set up 3 things to exclude Discord and exclude Firefox and exclude OBS, all 3 of those are going to capture the other one. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't work that way. So for now, that's how it is. Like, I set it up to capture the audio from Brighter Shores, and that's all it's going to capture. And I get that it would be tricky to do like an exclusion list, but it would be nice. And maybe it can be done. There, so now this way, I can lurk while I stream, which is always something that I was kind of sad I couldn't do. Not that I need to hear other streams while I'm trying to stream myself, but I want to be able to support everybody, and I know that even, you know, those viewer numbers, those average viewer numbers can be hard to maintain. So even if I can leave myself lurking somewheres while I'm streaming, it's support, right? Okay, so I think after this round of soup, we're gonna call it a day, because I could keep going all day, but I can't, because I still have to work in the morning, and tomorrow's gonna be potentially a long day, because it's New Year's Eve, and not any kind of giant plans, but we normally do a little bit of something. Yeah, which means we'll be up late. But, yeah. So, the other thing that I set up, Mark, and let me make it again so that, well, I'm okay with VIPs doing it actually. Inspired by your custom raid calls, I made. So I don't know if you use Streamerbot, because I know you have your own kind of bot, but maybe it's Streamerbot. Anyways, inspired by your custom raid calls, I made mine flexible that way as well. Not that I'll ever come up with any kind of clever raid calls, but instead of doing raid and sub raid, you can just do raid out, and it's gonna do all of them. And if you want to make a custom one, you can just type whatever you want the raid call to be after the exclamation point raid out, and it'll stick that in instead. And I say that as I'm kind of preparing to find somebody to raid. I see Mem is on, which I don't think I've ever seen them stream before. They just started streaming half an hour ago, so I think that's where we're gonna pop in. Right, I thought it was something different. For light controls, eh? I'm curious. So Streamerbot has Lumia Stream integration. If that, it can do send commands, set colors, set to default as actions. and it can get... Yeah, it can't get any kind of inputs from it, like to use as triggers, but it can control them, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, well, anyways, Streamerbot is what I picked. So we'll try that out. I'm gonna do it just because yeah, if I can write. So how about we do something like that? So if you're a subscriber, you can grab the last raid call. If you're not, you can grab the first one. The Discord is linked there because I don't talk about it enough. But it is a thing that exists, so you're more than welcome to join. I think that link still works. If it don't work, please let me know. I'm gonna be logged out of this anyways, so I might as well log out. Yeah, I really like how that command turned out, and if you want to see how it's set up in Streamerbot, it's gonna be part of the video that I guess I'm gonna end up putting out by chopping up some of the stream and making that a video on YouTube. So as we start the raid, I will thank everybody for being here tonight. I'll thank everybody for being here throughout 2024, and even before I was streaming. Like, I appreciate the heck out of every one of you, and I look forward to what 2025 is going to bring for all of us. And again, just whether you're here lurking, chatting anytime, if you need anything, my DMs are open, and you know, we'll see each other at some point on the rest of the week into the new year. And just, I appreciate you guys so much. Yep, see you next year. Well, I'll probably see some of you tomorrow, but otherwise, see you next year for sure. The raid's gonna go through ads just started over on Mem's channel, but let's stick through the ads and say hi. And let me make sure I copied my own raid call. Nope, see? Copy raid call, crash. Like that. Oops. Oh, I'm messing everything up, and the raid is gonna go through before I get to fix it.